Hello everyone, let us discuss the current affairs of the day 26th July. First up, question number one. The question number one is related to Mahadai River. Mahadai River. The question number one asking the Mahadai River originates in which of the following state? If you see this Mahadai River, this is a disputed river between Karnataka government and Goa government. Karnataka government and Goa government. Because if you see, this Mahadai river originates in the state of Karnataka. The state of Karnataka on the Western Ghats. On the Western Ghats. These Western Ghats are one of the UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. So currently in India we have 44 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. In that, one of the World Heritage Sites is Western Ghats. On this Western Ghats, this Mahadai River is originated near the Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary. Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary. This Mahadai River it's a west flowing river. This is a west flowing river, and it joins the Arabian Sea. It joins the Arabian Sea, or it drains into the Arabian Sea. And on this path, there was certain island. Here we have Salim Ali bird sanctuary is present. Salim Ali bird sanctuary is present. Basically, on the Mahadai River path, we have Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary and Salim Ali bird sanctuary. So all these points were important. That was related to Mahadai River. So just remember these points as well. This is a disputed river between Karnataka and Goa. If you see the constitutional provisions between Karnataka and Northern Goa, if you see the constitutional provisions under Article 262, Constitution of India empowers the Parliament to bar the jurisdiction of Supreme Court in the interstate water dispute. So basically, the Parliament bars the Supreme Court. So Supreme Court has no jurisdiction over this interstate water disputes. So by the powers given in the Constitution, the Parliament enacted this Interstate Water Disputes Act 1956, and because of the powers mentioned in this act, the central government has established Mahadai River Water Dispute Act in 2018, and certain shares were provided to Karnataka and certain shares were provided to Goa, but still the issue is still wavering in the current context as well. So the question is asking, the Mahadai River originates in which of the following states? So it's originated in the state of Karnataka. Therefore, option B would be the correct answer for question number 1. If you see the explanation here, see Mahadai River, also known as Madai River or Mandovi River, originates in the Western Ghats, Karnataka, and flows westwards to join the Arabian Sea at Panaji, Goa. So from Karnataka, it basically followed by the Goa and then to the Arabian Sea. Basically, it is west flowing river. So, and moving on, question number 2. Which state government sought to declare Paika Rebellion as a first war of India's independence in the year 2017? Then the Odisha government, which was those times ruled by the Biju Janata Dal. The chief minister of those times were Naveen Patnaik, as declared this Paika Rebellion as first war of India's independence, because in first war of India independence generally we consider the revolt of 1857, but this Paika Rebellion begins 40 years before this revolt has happened. So it was basically begun on 1817 under the leader of Baksha Jagabandhu. So the Odisha government has declared
this Paika rebellion as first war of India's independence? So the answer for this question is option A, Odisha. Paika rebellion is related to Odisha state. Hence, therefore, option A would be the correct answer. If you see the Paika rebellion, who were Paikas? Paikas basically they works under the Gajapati ruler. Odisha was ruled by the Gajapati ruler. They were subservient to the Marathas. And during peace times, these Paikas do agrarian activities, and during war times they will become fighters or military activities. So they both act as farmers as well as military soldiers. So these were Paikas. Because of the cutting off the relationship between the Marathas and Gajapati rulers by the Britishers, and then followed by the Britishers' betrayal to the Gajapati ruler, that has impact on the alienation of the land of these Paikas. Because of that, the betrayal of Britishers, the Paikas were alienated from their own land, and the decline of Gajapati ruler has fueled the anger amongst the Paikas, and they started a rebellion in the year 1817. So this is referred to as Paika rebellion, and this was witnessed in the state of Odisha. So hence, therefore, option A would be the correct answer for question number 2. And moving on, question number 3. A replica of Ashoka pillar was unveiled in which of the following neighboring countries? Options were Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. So Ashoka's contribution to the Buddhism, because of Ashoka's contribution to Buddhism in Vaskaduva region of Sri Lanka, this Ashoka pillar replica was unveiled. Replica was unveiled in Vaskaduva, Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, this Ashoka pillar replica was unveiled. Hence, option D would be the correct answer for question number 3. Moving on, question number 4. Which state has launched India's first Ministry to Tourism project? India's first mining tourism project. Just make correction here. Mining tourism project. Mining tourism project was initiated by the Jharkhand government. Hence, option C would be the correct answer for question number 4. India's first state, which is Jharkhand state, has launched this mining tourism project. Hence, option C would be the correct answer for question number 4. If you see the explanation, Jharkhand government launches country's maiden, means first mining tourism initiative by collaborating with Bharat Coking Coal Limited. So hence, therefore, option C, Jharkhand, would be the correct answer for question number 4. And moving on, question number 5. Who has been appointed as chairman of IRDAI for a 3-year term? IRDAI stands for Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. The previous chairman was Debashish Panda, and he was replaced by that post was replaced by currently Ajay Seth. So central government appointed chairman for IRDAI for 3-year term, and his name is Ajay Seth. Currently, Ajay Seth holds the chairmanship of Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. Hence, option C would be the correct answer. And Abhijit Seth is the chairman of National Medical Council, and Sanjay Malhotra is the current chairman of Reserve Bank of India, and Challa Srinivas Shetty is the current chairman of State Bank of India. So the question is asking chairman of IRDAI. Therefore, option C would be the correct answer for question number 5. And moving on, question number 6. Who has become second oldest female in the world to win the world professional single match in the tennis play at her age of 45. So if you see the explanation here, Venus Williams becomes a second oldest woman ever to win a two-level single match. Therefore, option D, Venus Williams, would be the correct answer. Who is the first oldest female? Martina Navratilova. She is the first oldest female to win the singles match in the tennis at her age of 47 in the year 2004, and followed by Venus Williams at her age of 45 in the year 2025. Therefore, option D. She is the second oldest. So, first oldest was Martina Navratilova, and second oldest is Venus Williams. Therefore, option D would be the correct answer for question number 6. Moving on, what is the opposite for inflation? The inflation stands for constant or continuous increase of price levels of basket of goods and services. So basically, if the price level increase in price level is referred to as inflation. So the question is asking what is the opposite of inflation. So whether it is deflation, disinflation, stagflation, or disinflation. So the correct answer would be it is deflation. Don't get confused. Disinflation means the decrease in the rate of inflation, and stagflation means and there is no increase of inflation, but the quantity that would be available for the consumers that get reduced. So this is stagflation. Disinflation is this another confusing word that I want to add here. So basically to make confuse the aspirants. So all these options were given. So just remember, deflation is the opposite of inflation. Deflation. In deflation, what happens? Constant decrease of price levels of basket of goods and services happen. So when a deflation occurs in an economy, there will be increase in purchasing power. There will be increasing in purchasing power for consumers, and when there will be inflation, there are going to be decrease in purchasing power for the consumers. So opposite of inflation, deflation. Option A, correct answer for question number 7. Moving on, question number 8. Vanuatu, an island nation located in South Pacific Ocean, seen in use for what? So basically, this Vanuatu, this country has approached the International Court of Justice, which is located in Hague, Netherlands, and this was established in the year 1945 under UN Charter. So they approached this International Court of Justice. Basically, it is asking the developed nations to take some actions. This ICJ also warned the developed countries to take some actions because of the rise of global warming and climate changes. The island nations were suffering because of rising sea levels and submergence of the reef around the island. So this Vanuatu Island is a group of island nations located in Pacific Ocean, and they are vulnerable to sea level rise. Hence, option A would be the correct answer for question number 8. And moving on, if you see the map here, this is Australia. They were Tuvalu Islands, Samoa Islands, Tonga Islands, and here Fiji Islands. Here you have Vanuatu Islands. So Solomon Islands. These all were part of South Pacific Ocean. This all were referred to as Oceania continent. And this one is referred to as Australia continent, and Australia along with these island nations referred to as Oceania continent. And moving on, question number 9. IAF, Indian Air Force, to phase out which fighter jet after 62 years of service, after 6 decades of service? The correct answer would be MiG-21 fighter jets were to be phased out, and that was replaced by Tejas Mk1A. So because of the fatal crashes occur, the occurrence of these fatal crashes because of these MiG-21 fighter jets, they were under scrutiny for the longest period of time, and they were phased out now, and in place of these MiG-21 fighter jets,
Tejas were inducted into Indian Air Force as fighter jets. So, which fighter jet? What fighter jet is facing out? MiG-21 would be the correct answer. Therefore, option B for question number 9. And this is MiG-21. MiG-21. This is going to be phased out. Then, therefore, option B, MiG-21 fighter jet would be the correct answer for question number 9. Consider the following statements: Belarus, Hungary, Moldova, Poland, Romania, Russia, Slovakia. The question is asking how many of the above countries are sharing borders with Ukraine? How many of the above countries sharing borders with Ukraine? So we have been discussing the bordering nations of certain important countries which were in news, like Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, Israel, Syria, and today we are discussing Ukraine. So all these countries were highly important for any kind of objective examination that you are attending. So before you are going to attend the examination, just to remember these bordering nations of these countries. These were highly important for the examination, and Sahel region as well, Horn of African countries, so and Central Asian countries, Middle East countries, and important states. So just aware of those things before you are attending any examination. And the question is asking bordering countries of Ukraine. If you see the map of Ukraine, the capital city is Kyiv. The president of Ukraine is Vladimir Zelensky, and the bordering countries were Russia, Belarus, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, and Moldova. Here, Romania, and 3 2 5 5 to 7. So these were 7 countries that are sharing border with Ukraine. Hence, therefore, Belarus is sharing as Hungary, as Moldova, Poland, Romania, Russia, Slovakia. Therefore, all seven would be the correct answer for question number 10. All these 7 countries are sharing border with Ukraine. So that's it for the day. Those were the top 10 MCQs for the day that I want to discuss. And the one more static question is objectives of Indian Constitution, like liberty, equality, fraternity, and republic. So the liberty word, equality, fraternity, republic, these words are drawn from which of the following countries? If you see the preamble, it says, we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, and to assure the dignity of the individuals on this day, 26th November 1949, do hereby to adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution of India. This is basically what is preamble. And the words republic, liberty, equality, fraternity, these were drawn from French Constitution. Therefore, option C would be the correct answer for this question. And from Japanese Constitution, we borrowed the procedure established by law, which was mentioned in Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. From French, we draw republic nature of India's polity and governance, and liberty, equality, fraternity as objectives of our Indian Constitution. And from UK, we borrowed the provisions of single citizenship, parliamentary privileges, and parliamentary procedures, and legislative process in the parliament. So all those concepts. From the UK, from USA, we derived fundamental rights, presidents and vice presidents posts and their removal process, Supreme Court, High Court judges removal process, and independence of judiciary, and from UK we also borrowed the rule of law concept. So all these were comes under the polity subject. Just revise those things, they are also important for the examination. So that's it for the day. Thanks for watching, thanks for your time, best of luck, and Jai Hind.